guys, thank you for tuning in, and let's jump right into the video. So the first plant in the list of these colorful beauties is gonna be this Dracaena Nanook. And if you see the beautiful purplish pinkish underside, you will surely fall in love with this beauty. And this is not a very tricky plant to take care of. This is very easy plant, and it just needs moist soil and bright indirect light for it to thrive. So make sure to add it into one of your collections and you will love it. Next plant in the list is going to be this gorgeous Prince of Orange. This is a Philodendron Prince of Orange plant. Not very tricky to take care of, but I have been giving it a lot of sun than it require a much larger, so that's why the orange has turned a bit brownish. But once it gets the new leaves out, they're very light orangish shade, if you could see, and it looks very beautiful. I'm going to transplant it into a bigger pot, and then it will grow more bushy and bigger leaves for sure. The third plant in the list is going to be this gorgeous pink lady. This is a very delicate plant and pretty easy to take care of for sure. It looks very pretty in hanging baskets. As you can see, I have it in a hanging basket, and all these stems are facing the sun, so I tend to keep turning it around so that it grows in a more bushy fashion. But it just needs like indirect light and indirect bright light for the color to maintain, and it needs moist soil. So that's what you need to take care of. Make sure all your plants are in well draining pots and well draining potting mixes for them to be thriving. Next in the list is going to be this rubber plant Tineke or Ficus tineke, and this is a very cool variegated version of the rubber plant. As you can see, it looks almost like as if there has been a watercolor painting done on these leaves. These are gorgeous. I have recently transplanted them into bigger pots, and I hope to see more bigger leaves than these coming out of it. Next in the list is going to be this beautiful pink syngonium. Again, a very easy care plant to take care of. You just need to give it bright and direct light, a well draining potting mix, and moist soil for it to thrive and give you these color variegations. Next up in the list is going to be this white butterfly syngonium. Again, you can see very cool variegations coming out in these leaves, and they are very cool to look at. Again, it's the same kind of care as the pink syngonium. Next up in the list is going to be this beautiful ruby, Ficus ruby or rubber plant ruby. And again, you can see, just like Tineke had like that beigeish undertone and then green on top as watercolor, this one has like a very light maroonish burgundish tone undertone, and then it has the same green watercolor mark on top, and again a very pretty plant to look at. Next up on the list is going to be another easy care plant, which is this gorgeous Calathea Zebra, or commonly known as the wandering Jew. Colorful indoor plants cannot get more beautiful than this. As you can see, I love this plant. Look at the undertone of the leaves. They are such dark purplish, and then on top you have this silvery hue of green and then purple strokes, and doesn't need much care, and it can grow like this. It grows like crazy. So you have to keep cutting it short to place it indoors, and this is pretty invasive too, so don't plant it with any other plant. Give it its own pot, and very easy to propagate, very easy care, indirect light, moist soil, well draining potting mix, and well draining pot. That's it. Variegated string of hearts, and this is a very beautiful beautiful pink undertone. Yes, you can say I like pink. So this has a very beautiful pink undertone. The more light it gets, the more exposed it is to the sun, the more variegation you will see. Otherwise it will start turning to like off-whitish creamish undertone instead of this gorgeous pink undertone that you see on this plant. And this, its care is just like a succulent. Give it water only when you see the soil dry, and it should be a well draining potting mix and a lot of sun for it to survive. Next up on the list is going to be this gorgeous Caladium plant. As you can see, very beautiful, very colorful, a little tricky to maintain, so needs to have a well draining soil, a lot of moisture in the soil, should not go bone dry. But when you have like these green foliage on your Caladium, they need sun, so I have kept it on the south window, and that's how I kept it surviving. Otherwise it was drooping all its leaves and kind of dying when I had kept it indoors. One very popular and very easy care plant is this gorgeous croton. It cannot get more easy to maintain a colorful plant or a colorful corner in your home with this kind of a plant. Just needs water. Whatever kind of potting soil you give it, it just needs to be moist. Don't let it go bone dry, otherwise yeah, you will see a couple of leaves fall. Otherwise it's a very gorgeous plant to have it in your home to maintain a very colorful corner. Rest of the plants I'm going to show you at the same place as they are. I got pretty lazy and I did not pick them up to bring it here, so I'm going to show you wherever they are currently. I'm going to take you around and show you my colorful plants. So let's go. Next up on the list is this beautiful marble queen pothos, and I have hung it up on a wall planter, so that's where it is. It gets bright and direct light and moist soil to thrive. This is the red Fittonia plant, as you can see, and it has very cool variegation and color pattern. It just needs to be moist all the time, and I keep spraying it with the spritzer for its watering requirement on the leaves, because otherwise being inside and with heat going on, and when we have the heats turned on, the leaves kind of get crispy, as you can see here. Next up is this Peppermia Ripple with this cool black undertone. This is called the Pepperomia Ripple Ruby, and as you can see, this has like very cool patterned leaves, and it's kind of, when the leaves starts getting old, it kind of gets this rubish color, but right now it's very dark, and its stalks are like really cool ruby colored undertone. Next up is this gorgeous lemon lime Dracaena. As you can see, this is also very beautiful colored plant and can really brighten up any corner that you keep it in your home. And this is also very easy care plant, nothing much to do. I have just given it a big pot to grow taller, and I have been keeping the soil moist. It's a well draining potting mix with a well draining pot, and I make sure that it doesn't the sunlight doesn't fall directly on its leaves, otherwise you'll see some kind of crisping like this. This happened because some sunlight fell directly on the leaves. Otherwise, when you turn to keep it away from the sun, you won't see any crisping of the leaves tips or anything happening to this plant. Next up is this gorgeous Polya Aluminum plant. Let me pick it up for you. So this is the plant. It has like these silver speckles on green, look very gorgeous, and even the contrast of green and silver looks very pretty on this plant. Not much to take care of, not at all a finicky plant. Very easy care plant for indoor gardening. Next up is this Peperomia Watermelon Varigata, and again it has like yellowish beigeish undertone with the green top coat, or I can say green water paint on top. Very beautiful, gorgeous plant, not a very fussy one, very easy to take care. Next up on the list is this gorgeous neon pothos. The care and tips for this plant is pretty much same to any pothos plant. Moist soil, indirect sunlight, bright indirect sunlight, and this plant will thrive. So it doesn't need much, but yeah, the soil should stay moist and it should be a well-draining soil. Next up is this, let me pick it up. Next up is this gorgeous Peperomia watermelon plant. As you can see, its leaves looks absolutely like watermelons, tiny watermelons, and it's the kind of variegation that this plant gets, and this is quite a gorgeous piece and not very fussy plant to take care of, pretty easy care. Next on the list is this Calathea Peacock plant. It's throwing up 2 new leaves for me, and its care is similar to like any other Calathea. Needs a little bit of humidity and moist soil to thrive, and the sun rays should not fall directly on its leaves, otherwise it will start getting crispy, which we don't want. Next up is this Calathea Optusifolia, and this is a gorgeous round leafy plant. The variegations are absolutely stunning on this plant, and the leaf sizes are also enormous, like for the size of pot it is in. I love the kind of leaves it's throwing up, and I am trying to look for any new growth. Right now I don't see it, but I am hopeful. Next up on the list is this variegated spider plant. This is again a very easy and common house plant to have, and it just requires like same kind of treatment as any easy indoor house plant requires. So moist soil, indirect sunlight, and it will thrive. Next up is Synapsis pictus. It has this gorgeous green leaves with silver speckles. The care tips are similar to your neon pothos or any kind of pothos that you might have. Next up is this Calathea rattlesnake plant. Care tips are same as any other Calathea. So yeah, moist soil, a little bit of humidity, no direct sunlight, and this plant will thrive. Beautiful specimen of another Calathea. This is the Calathea ornata, and this has like these pink stripes on its green leaves, and these are absolutely stunning, and the care tips are similar like any other Calathea. One plant that I have is tipping over, and I try to keep it straight, but it keeps tipping over for some reason. This is the Snowbush plant. I'm trying to make it bushy. It is bushy down here. It has these beautiful variegated leaves, and it looks like as if the snowfall has happened on this plant, but this stem for some reason has just gone like taller forever, and it's never ending, and I don't want to chop it off. I love it, so I'm just leaving it. I'm letting nature be itself. First one is this beautiful maranta prayer plant, and it's also comes from the family of Calathea marantaceae, and its care tips are similar to any other Calathea plant we already spoke about. This is another Calathea. I forgot its name, but this is a very beautiful plant to have in your Colourful Plants collection, and it is something Calathea myocana or something, but I'll try to find its name and put it on the screen. But this is a very gorgeous plant. This is my favorite Calathea, and I should know its name. Yeah, it's a shame. Next plant is this gorgeous Philodendron Brazil. I kept it for the last because this is my favorite colourful plant. I love the shape of these leaves, like perfect heart-shaped leaves, and this yellow variegation, and I love it. The care tips are similar to like pothos. I'm caring for it just like pothos, and they're thriving. This is the newest leaf it threw out, and there is another growth coming here. I also see few growths coming on these sides, so I think I'm doing okay with this plant. And this is the only succulent in this category of colorful plants, but I love this one. This is a Hoya Zebra or something, and I love its pot too. I love the pot of this plant. It's so cute. I keep it on my office desk, but right now I have just kept it here for filming. And this has this gorgeous stripes on top. Very low maintenance plant and very cute to have. So that was the video, guys. Hope you liked it. If you did, then please hit the like button and also consider subscribing to my channel for more such videos, and don't miss to hit the bell icon. Thank you. Bye bye.